Like when I started, there was a lot of there wasn't any information on how I was supposed to be, like, a respected artist or whatever. It was just, there was no information. It was just all the information was in pictures. So we had to just go about doing how to get up with the information through pictures. And then we started, as eventually it went on, like in '86, '87, we started making calls to New York and started finding real information. But there was no real information in the early '80s, when graffiti started in San Francisco. So like now, like in the '90s, like in the beginning of the '90s, there was a lot of magazines and a lot of T-shirts, and so it's like if you wanted to be a graffiti artist from Nebraska, you could. Just all you had to do is pick up a magazine, and they just showed you how to become one. That's the sad part about it too. They didn't really, it's like it's given to them. They don't really go out there and find out themselves. And it's more rewarding when you do that, when you go out there and find out yourself, than through a magazine. But it's all part of it. They have some say. In this movement. I'm not getting down on all magazines. They do some good things to it. But yeah, it's good that a lot of people are finding out more information about graffiti in a way, to make them know the truth a little. The fact that you never stop, getting up on the streets is just one of the things I feel really proud about. I'm never gonna stop. I've already admitted, and I've already came to realize that I'm going to be doing graffiti for the rest of my life. So what can I do to start being on that right track? Never stop piecing on the street, and never stop getting up in galleries. I'll do paintings. I don't have a lot of canvases, but I'll do paintings. No big deal, as long as I don't stop piecing on the streets. That's where you get your street credibility. Right? Because once you lose that street credibility, a lot of New York writers have lost. It's kind of hard to get it back. That's why a lot of New York writers are kind of screaming and shouting, like, how come we're not getting respected? They're getting $30,000 a canvas, but they're not being talked about in magazines and stuff because they stopped. That didn't completely stop. I'm not talking about all the old writers in New York, but they just, aren't piecing for the writers anymore. And that's why they're not getting talked a lot by the writers. And that's the sad part about it, because they feel like they paid their dues. And they have. But you never stop paying dues, That's one of the things I learned about.
Yeah, it seems like they're all getting shipped off into these
they think
European
this is,
and Australian
They think
things.
this is the ultimate way of, like, the high chain of graffiti ladder. But in fact, it's not about a high chain in graffiti. It's about just getting up and just being happy because, being an artist, you figure out all the stuff that's happening in this world. You get to find out a little bit more about yourself and your surroundings by being an artist. Like if being an artist is just the most amazing thing. Especially like when I went to school, they were saying, well, you're not a graffiti artist, you're an artist using a spray can as one of the mediums of your many talents. So I'm like, that's true, but I'm so proud to be a graffiti artist first and artist second. I'm so proud to be involved with hip hop culture. I'm so proud to have our own dance, our own written, spoken word, which is rap. I'm so proud to be involved in the dance of b-boy. This is that culture. I don't want to be considered, man. With that, I don't want to be considered an artist first. I want to be considered a graffiti artist first and artist second. I understand where she's coming from, but thank you. That's one of the things you have to kind of stand on. You have to stand for your right about what you believe in, and I'm proud to be a graffiti artist first. Damn proud. A lot of people, sometimes people are like, oh my God, you talk to some of those, people that's doing graffiti before and now they're into like filmmaking, whatever, that's fine. The graffiti kind of opened the door for your expression through other art mediums. That's cool. But sometimes they're like embarrassed of their art, graffiti art past, and I'm like, you're an idiot, man. You're not even, that was the best time you ever had, wasn't it? And you have to just, they admit it, it's like, well, that's right, I did have a good time. It's like, you damn had a good time. I'm still enjoying it too, man.
That's great.